Lesson 16, video number 3. Now this video will actually be kind of short because what we're looking at for this particular problem is actually going to be sine squared of 2x minus radical 3 over 4 sine of 2x minus radical 3, sorry I missed something here, plus the sine of 2x minus radical 3 over 2, this is actually a 2, equals to 0. Okay. When does this 4-term thing equal to 0? Again, sine squared 2x minus radical 3 over 2 sine of 2x plus sine 2x minus this thing. Well, how did we solve all the other problems? Well, let's see here. The first problem we factored. The second problem we first got it all into the same type of trig function and then factored. The third one, it was a quadratic formula problem. The fourth one, we manipulated the angle. So in this one, we might actually have to recognize that there is a 2x for these. We might actually have to be manipulating the angle. Okay, I'm going to wait to do that, though. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. What I am going to worry about is the fact that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 terms here. Again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Well, I do remember that when I had 4 terms, I could always factor by grouping. It is worth a try. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Okay. Out of these first 2 terms, I'm going to factor out a sine of 2x. In doing so, I'm going to have a sine of 2x left, minus, factoring that sine of 2x out, I'm going to have radical 3 over 2 left. Okay, so there's the first piece. Over here, I'm going to just factor out a 1. Okay, I'm going to factor out a positive 1. I'm going to get sine of 2x minus a radical 3 over 2. And you'll notice that the stuff inside the brackets are exactly the same. Okay, this provides me with sine of 2x plus 1. Okay, as a factor. And the other factor is going to be sine of 2x minus radical 3 over 2. Okay. Hey, look, this is now factored. All I have to do is separate it into the 2 equations for equal to 0. So I have sine of 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. So sine of 2x is equal to negative 1. When does the sine of theta equal to negative 1? Okay, that's what I'm going to ask. When does the sine of theta equal to negative 1? Well, that's going to be theta is supposed to be equal to what? Well, it'd be 3 pi over 2. Okay, that means that 2x, this value, should be equal to 3 pi over 2. Okay, which means that x should be equal to 3 pi over 4. And that is one solution I'm going to hold on to. Okay, now we're going to go through this one over here. I have the sine of 2x. I'm just going to go ahead and immediately add that radical 3 over 2 to both sides. So when does this occur? Again, when does the sine of theta equal radical 3 over 2? Okay, that's the question. Well, on our unit circle off to the side here, radical 3 over 2 is going to occur here. A positive radical 3 over 2 is going to occur there for the sine value, and here. And I'm going to go ahead and do this is 30, this is 60, 90, and then 120. So I'm going to have pi over 3. Okay, I have pi over 3 as one value. Okay, and the other value over here is going to be what? Well, it's going to be 2 pi over 3. Okay. So that means that my theta value should be these two situations, which means my 2x should be equal to 2 pi over 3, and 2x should be equal to pi over 3. If that's the case, that means that x should be equal to pi over 3 by solving for x, and here x is pi over 6 for solving for x.